Hey everybody, it's Karen with Food and Family. I'm getting ready to start dinner and I'm going to bring you along with me. We're calling this Uncut. Y'all know I like to do these sometimes. I'm going to make dinner, whatever happens, happens, and it will not be edited out. So I want to start with cutting up my potatoes. Now, I took the liberty of going ahead and peeling them. There was no need for you to sit and watch me peel potatoes. But I'm also going to make some Brussels sprouts. I bought some frozen Brussels sprouts and the mashed potatoes, and I'm going to do some pecan crusted chicken cutlets. And y'all know when I'm using pecans now, I have found the very best, I think, and they're from the Pecan Pantry. Y'all check them out. And if you want to order some, they're the best. You won't regret it. Use the code Karen5, and that's the number 5, and you'll get a 5% discount. So they're great people. They're in Louisiana, and you won't make a better choice. But anyway, I'm going to cook supper with you today from beginning to end. So you're going to get to see me do it. We hadn't done this in a while, have we? We've needed a little visit. So I got my potatoes cut up. You know, I cut them on the smaller size because they seem to cook a little quicker. Now, I went ahead and got a jug of water here. So we're just going to cover them a little bit. Just covered, that's all we need. And, you know, we start with cold water. And if you start with hot water, I think I've always been taught and learned if you start with hot water, they'll cook on the outside before they do the inside, and they'll get real mushy, and you don't want them mushy. You just want them nice and soft and fluffy. I'm going to put a lid on it. I'm going to cock it a little bit because, you know, potatoes are starchy and they'll boil over, and I don't want to clean up that mess today. So let me get these going here on the stove. Yeah, it has warmed up the last couple of days, and you know, over the weekend we had some snow, and I know some people, especially the ones that get snow all year long, or not all year, but all winter, think 2.5, 3 inches is not a lot, and it's not for them, but it is for us. By golly, it just about shuts us down. And y'all know I keep a sink of hot water, hot soapy water going back here. And so that way I can reach around and do stuff like wash my knife and what have you. I do not put my sharp knives in the dishwasher. Please don't do that. Okay, so I have a couple of dishes set up here already for our chicken. And I've got a couple of eggs I want to crack. I want something for my fixings to stick to, right? So, and I also leave my trash can open where I can just reach around and throw it in. I want to beat up these eggs real good. Yeah, it's been real funny. We have had such cold weather the last couple of weeks, and we joke around here that you don't like the weather, give it an hour, it'll change. We can go through all 4 seasons in one day here in Alabama. But by golly, we've had a winter this year so far. And I saw yesterday on the news, and Pop was telling me about it, they're hinting that we could have another winter storm. So, I don't know. That would be something for us to get it twice. Okay, so that's done. And in this plate, I'm going to use some panko breadcrumbs. And I'm just going to sprinkle some. Now, these are seasoned. I like the seasoned breadcrumbs. Do y'all like them? I'll use panko or just regular breadcrumbs. And in my little chopper, I've got some pecans. Now I want to give them another little quick pulse. I'm sorry if it's loud. Okay, so I think that's going to be good. I don't want to get them too pulverized, and I'm afraid I am. So let's, oh yeah, looky there. And I'm going to dump these pecans right in here. And this is, I measured out a cup of these pecans and put them over in this chopper. Now I want to put this in the sink. I am not putting the blade in the sink, y'all. I don't want to be cut. Give me a minute. Miss Patchy's waiting to be let in. She says she doesn't like the cool weather. It's evening and it's cooling off, isn't it, baby girl? All right, so let's just mix these crumbs and that panko. And this might be a little too much, but I didn't have as many chicken cutlets as I thought I did. But I just want to get that, but that's okay. That's okay. And now I want to get I want some garlic. Now, why does my garlic powder stick together? It's fresh in here. I don't know. I've got about a teaspoon, and so that's all I'm gonna put in there. So that's all I've got. I'll have to get some more. But I've got some onion powder. Same thing with my onion powder. And you know, it stays right here in my drawer. I've had someone tell me put some rice, but I don't want to put grains of rice in it because I'm using it in this. All right, that should be good. That might have been a little over a teaspoon. And we're going to mix it up real good. Okay, now I've got my oven set to 400. And we're going to put these in the oven. If I can open the right drawer, I'm going to get me a pan. And I think I'm going to spray it because I want to be sure that they come out. Did y'all guys have a happy holiday? I hope you did. We had a very, very Merry Christmas, and we had a quiet New Year. Pop and I stayed in and just relaxed. And y'all know of my surgery, and I'm doing better. I'm going through my therapy now, and or still, I guess I should say. So I don't get out and do a whole lot. Okay, I'm done with this fork, so I'm gonna put it in here. All right, so swap pans. I've got that pan, and here's my cutlets. Isn't that some beautiful cutlets? I'm gonna put on my gloves. That way I won't have to continually wash my hands with this chicken goopy. Oh, y'all, I can already tell this is gonna be good. I can smell that garlic and onion powder in there. Let's see, what's the best way to do this? Do it the way it lays out, right? Okay, we're gonna put it in our pan over here. I think you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna dip it in this egg mixture. You know what we're gonna do first? Take this glove off because I want to salt and pepper it. I forgot to do that. Let's season it. You got to season it. I know we got the garlic and powder and onion powder and the breadcrumbs, but okay. I think that'll be good. We did that real good. So let me throw this away. I'll get another glove. Y'all like my dishes I got back here? Yeah, you can go on the website and buy them if you like. The pricing and everything's out there. I love them. Okay, now Let's coat that in the egg wash. I could have put the egg, salt and pepper in with the eggs, couldn't I? Now I'm just going to run it through this pecan breadcrumb mixture. Take my hand, I'm going to press it in. I want it coated good. This one I wanted the egg because I wanted it to stick. Got to have something for it to stick to. Ooh, isn't that pretty? See that? I'm going to lay it right there on my sheet pan. Yeah, I'm knocking it all out of my plate. Okay, so I'm just going to keep doing this. So tell me what y'all have been up to. We haven't visited in a while. I didn't get to do some of the things over the holidays with y'all like I wanted to do. But, you know, things happen sometimes, and that's just the way it is. So maybe next year we can get back to it and do our Christmas story reading and do our visits. Miss Patchy has been not enjoying this weather because she doesn't like it cold outside. She thinks she wants to go out. So we'll open the door, she goes out, and she turns around and comes right back in. We have gotten her spoiled. She loves outside, though. Yeah, I was afraid I'd made too much of this pecan breadcrumb stuff, but I don't think I did. I rinsed my chicken and I laid it on those paper towels to kind of dry up some of that water. I have we have a local magazine around here for our community, close surrounding areas of our community. And yeah, I'm so excited. They have posted a couple of my recipes over the last couple of months, and they're writing an article. They're doing an article on me, and it'll be out in the March edition. Sadly, it is only a local paper, so I can't tell you guys where to go get it and order it. All right, see, I didn't make too much, did I? Take these gloves off and we're done. See, I've got clean hands. Let's move this out of the way. We'll get that all cleaned up later. And I'm going to put this in the oven. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm going to put this in the oven. You know, chicken don't take long to bake. Not when it's thin like this. So I'm going to put it on for about 20 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 20 minutes.
Good afternoon, Karen. 20 minutes, starting now.
And that part's done. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, I've tell y'all so many times, clean up as you go. And you won't regret it later. And I'm going to take a second and do that. I told y'all this is uncut. This is exactly, see if I can find a dry spot that didn't touch the chicken, exactly what I would be doing if I wasn't on here with you. So I want to clean this board off. I just need to wipe it. The chicken didn't touch it. Find my dishcloth. It has been nice and sunny today. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but there's so much flu and stuff going around. My brother and his wife have been real sick. And he was trying to get an appointment with his doctor to go see about it and see exactly. He's tested negative for flu and COVID. So he wants to go see what it's about. And I hadn't talked to him since this morning, so I'll call him this evening and check on him. Okay, so isn't this the cutest little thing? Y'all, I have had this, I don't know how many years, probably 20 years. One of the first little mini choppers that came out, and I'm sure many of you have one. And I don't use it a whole lot, but it sure comes in handy sometimes. So we're gonna get those potatoes done. Yeah, I keep thinking I've got everything and I don't. Here's pepper. Get rid of the pepper. I just can't stand for stuff to be all over my countertops. And she's ready to go out again. Y'all excuse me. You ready to go out? Okay. Move your tail. She walks out the door but leaves her tail just inside the door. All right, so let's get our Brussels sprouts. Like I said, I just got a bag of frozen Brussels sprouts. Pop and I love Brussels sprouts. I like them roasted. We boil them in butter. That's his favorite way to do it. And he wants some nice and tender. So that's how I'll cook them. He might come in before we're done. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Oh, that's some pretty Brussels sprouts. That's some big ones. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Throw that away. Little bit of water. We don't need a whole lot because these don't need to cook a whole long time. We want to cook them down. That might have been about half a cup. And I will watch it. And if it looks like it's gonna cook out too quickly, then we'll add a little bit more. Okay. I needed some butter. Can y'all believe I didn't have any butter opened? There's like a tablespoon in my butter dish. But I have butter, y'all know that. Let's see. I love these little mini spatulas. Nah, I want a little more butter than that. Okay, we're gonna put the rest in our dish. I leave my butter out. It's soft. I use it so quickly. It doesn't go bad that quick. So I had somebody ask me about it, but I use it too quick. I joked one time, that might have been a quarter of a teaspoon of salt. I joked one time about butter. I don't measure it by the sticks. I measure it by how many pounds I have in the refrigerator. All right, let's get this going back here on the stove. And that will not take long to cook. Oh, these potatoes are boiling up nicely. I'm gonna turn them down just a little bit. I love mashed potatoes. What's your favorite? I think mashed potatoes are my favorite. And y'all know I use sour cream, I use buttermilk, just according to what I've got. And what I use to fix them up with. Of course, you gotta have butter. And but sometimes I use buttermilk instead of regular milk, and I'll put sour cream in them sometime. My mama used to put mayonnaise in them, and I've done that. And she says it just makes them white and fluffy, and it does. It gives them a good taste. Y'all like my cup Stephanie and Brennan gave me for Christmas? It says, "Not today, heifer." Yeah, I just laughed when I saw it. I get thirsty sometimes when I'm cooking. Okay, so what are we gonna do next? That's all I'm cooking. So, we need to talk. We need to have a little visit. We haven't had a visit. Y'all tell me what's going on with you, because I really do want to know. And we've had a quiet last couple of months. Pop and I have. And I want to share with you. I hope you don't mind me sharing with you. My grandson Dalton is getting married. And he's, they've set a date for June. So I'm so excited about that. And Brandon texted me last night. We've been talking about going on a trip together, me and him and maybe Parker. And because Parker graduates this year, he's our youngest grandson. Y'all have seen him with me a lot. Dalton doesn't live here. He lives in North Alabama. It's where he went to school. And his fiance is graduating this year, so that's why they're there. But they're working up there. But Parker graduates this year, so he'll probably be going. But we're talking about going to Gettysburg. So he texted me last night. He said, do you want to start planning our trip to Gettysburg? And I said, oh yeah, I can't wait. So I'm excited about that. I hope we can do it. Right now it's just in the talking, but he's going to start looking into it. He and Parker went last year when Parker got out of school. So, but he wanted to go back and see some things that he missed last year. And we're talking about doing maybe 10, 11 days and going that way. And I've not been there. That's a lot of the country that I haven't seen is up in that northeast. And Pop and I are talking about, it'll have to be after that, but Pop and I are talking about doing a 2-week road trip going out west, and I'm excited about that too. So we'll just drive, and I've got to figure out our route, so which way we want to go. Brandon's working on the Gettysburg, so Papa and I will work out the other one. I know I want to go up in the Dakotas in Montana and back down. Won't that be fun? Just he and I, we love to travel. Did you see the video? If I remember, I'll link it below. I put out about a week ago now, I guess, of the trips that we did in 2024. Now, the fishing trip where they went to Delacroix, Louisiana, I didn't go there. It was Pop, Brandon, and Parker. And they went in March, and it was still pretty cool, he said. And but they had a lot of fun. They brought back a lot of fish. I've still got fish. And somebody asked me on that video about doing a fish sandwich. I need to do that. My son Chris did a fish sandwich with me one time. We did some fish sliders, catfish sliders. And that was, I think we did it around Mardi Gras, and which is going to be coming up soon. And what else was it? Fish tacos. We've talked about doing some fish tacos, so I'm excited about. We love fish, and but we've got to use that fish up. But I had a whole lot of it, and we've been eating it. So, but we've enjoyed our trips. The last one we took was just before Christmas. We came back on the 23rd, and that was to Helen, Georgia, and we went over to Dahlonega. And boy, was it beautiful up there. And y'all know how much we love the mountains. And if you watch that, you'll see we went to the mountains twice last year. But we like to take these little short trips. We'll take a long weekend, 3 or 4 days, and just go and come back. That's what we like to do. And it's not that far for us to go. And I mean, 4.5 hours, and that's not that bad of a trip. But we loved it. We fell in love with Helen, and we had been before, and it was like I don't know, close to 30 years ago, y'all. And, or right around 30, and it has changed and grown up so much since we were up there. But it was decorated, the lights, the Christmas, oh my gosh. We had so much fun, and I think we could have spent another 3 days. We left on Friday morning, and we came back Monday before Christmas. And I think we could have stayed the rest of the week, and still there were things that we didn't get to see and do. We just simply ran out of time. It's not that we didn't do them. We ran out of time because we stayed busy. We would leave our hotel in the morning and we wouldn't come back until evening. And there was one day that we just walked town for part of the day, and then we got in the truck and rode over to now I can't remember the name of the town for sure, and I might be wrong. Hawaii, I may be wrong, and I'll have to go back and look. But we went to Brass Bald, and that was beautiful. And we wanted to go. There's a castle, and right off top of my, I can't remember the name of the castle, and but it's real close to Helen. It's just like a few miles away, and we didn't get to go there because the day we were planning on going there is the day we rode over to the other little town, and when we got back it was closing. It closed early, and that was on Sunday, so we'll hit that next time because we really did want to go see the castle. But we went up to the Brass Bald, and it was just beautiful up there. It was the highest point, if I'm not mistaken. They said it was the highest point in Georgia. And it was so much fun. Yeah, I want to check my potatoes, and because you know it don't take potatoes long to cook. Oh yeah, another couple of minutes. Y'all, Pop put these blinds up for me this weekend. This blind over here, and this winter sun, and the way it comes in the window, sometimes it was blinding. And so he worked real hard putting it, because he had to get up behind that fan. And so he got that up for me, and it's so nice. And especially like early morning, and when the sun's coming up, it comes up, as it rises in the east, that's in the west. It comes up from that direction. You know exactly where I'm pointing from my house. But anyway, it comes up in the east, and it comes over our house, and it gets right about here later in the morning, and it just comes in here, streams in. And sometimes I've walked in here, and it's like, oh gosh, it's just blinding. But puts a lot of light in here, but it gets too bright sometimes for me to stand at the stove the way the sun is situated and coming in the window. So he put that blind up for me. And so it's been really nice having that. Y'all, I get thirsty. That's almost done. So I'm going to get out some milk. And I think I'm going to use sour cream. And I've got some whole milk. And you know what I'm going to do? I have got just a splash of half and half. And I need to go ahead and finish that jar up. Or jug, whatever you want to call it. Of half and half. It's not even hardly, probably a tablespoon in it. I didn't want to throw it away. Here, let's finish this and put our sour cream. I love to put sour cream in my mashed potatoes. I probably use that more than I do the buttermilk. Now, non-GMO fed cows, okay. All right. So what do you want to talk about? I have been yapping about my trips and the cold weather, and I wish y'all were here with me. I thought about doing this live, And if I had of, y'all could have talked right back to me, but since I didn't, you can't. But I can imagine some of you are sitting there talking to the screen. I do that. Do y'all talk to the TV screen or your phone when you're watching something? I do. Like I know they can hear me. But Papa said, who you talking to? I said, oh, nobody. I'm just talking to my phone. Or I'm just talking to the TV. So he laughs at me about that. But, you know, while I'm standing here, I've got one stick of butter. Let's see, I just keep one box at a time out. And trust me, 4 sticks is not a lot. No, 4 sticks is not much when I'm cooking a big meal for over a couple of days. We used it last night. Pop opened up a jar of beef stew that I had canned this summer, and he made some toasted bread. Of course, you got to have butter on toasted bread, right? It's not right if you don't. And so we go through it pretty quick. I like to break down my boxes. They don't take up as much room in my trash can. Do y'all do that? So while I'm at it, I'm gonna bring out another box. I like Land O'Lakes. When I can find it on sale, I like Land O'Lakes butter. Land O'Lakes. Let's check our potatoes again, because they were almost at that done point. Yes, and they are done. I use a knife to check them out. Our Brussels sprouts are starting to boil. So, let's drain this water off. And y'all leave them in your hot pot, because it will absorb the extra liquid, what you don't get off when you, I'm not going to dirty up a colander for that. I just hold my lid and drain it off. I know many of you probably do the same thing. And I'm going to put a little pepper in. I don't want a whole lot. I don't know why all these years, Pop and I, if you don't know, have been married 49 years. December 12th was our anniversary. And all these 49 years I've been cooking for him. I always thought he didn't like black pepper in his mashed potatoes. And he's in here cooking. This was, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago. And he was doing something and he put it in there. And I said, I didn't think you liked it. And he said, yes, I do. So I don't know where I got that from. And y'all, if you saw, which video was it? I can't remember now. Stephanie and I, she was making something. Let me go check my chicken. Alexa, cancel. Let's look at our chicken. Oh, how pretty that's coming along. I don't think it's done. It's still a little bit moist on the top. So I'm going to put it back in. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
Anyway, I can't remember what Stephanie was making. Let me see if I can look it up. And I pulled out this mixer, the cordless one here, and she was like, look at you with all those fancy gadgets. Y'all probably saw the video. And she was so excited, I bought her one. And that girl is so easy to please. She just loved it, and she was tickled to death. Let's see. There we go. It was, what were we making? Our chicken and orzo with spinach. That would have had to have been it. But anyway, doesn't matter. But she was so excited, so I got her one. And she just fell in love. She was so excited. If y'all could just see her face when you give her something that she was been wanting or just really likes. Both of my girls, though, are that way. Yeah, I didn't know that had a film over the top of it. I'm trying to get that out and I can't. We're going to put a good plop. That's a good, I'd say a couple of tablespoons, tablespoon and a half. And I'm going to get that out of the way so you can see. We're going to whir this up. You know, it don't take long to cook. Have a meal for your family. And we hadn't been cooking. Well, we put the chicken in. That was 20 minutes. Altogether, we've probably been 30 minutes at the most. And we're almost done. So, and I've probably told y'all this before. This story. I had a young lady ask me one time when I was working, Miss Karen, do you go home and cook for your family? Do you go home and cook every day? That's back when my boys were still young. I says, well, I sure do. I've got a husband and 2 kids, 2 sons to feed. And so I don't know why it was a surprise to these young ladies that I went home and cooked every day. I'm going to turn it up a minute. Y'all, I hope it's not too loud for you. And I think I need a little bit more milk. I like this mixture because it's not as loud as my other one. And when I started out on low, it's on low. The other one, low, was like real fast and it would sling things around. I think I got it right that time. I want to taste it though. Let's scrape the side of this pan. Had some wanting to stick on the side and not. I think I need a little more milk. Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm gonna put just a little bit more milk. I want them a little creamier. I can't give you measurements. I'm not going for recipes today. We're just cooking. Y'all seen me make mashed potatoes before. And I've told you, as you slowly bring your beaters up, you get most of whatever you're mixing off of the beaters. Looky there. Put them back there. Let's see. I'm not going to double dip, although it's just me and Pop. Yeah, I think I could stand here and eat this whole pot of mashed potatoes. I'm going to put a lid on it. Now, if you want to, some people would tell me, warm your milk up before you do your potatoes. And you can do that and they'll stay a little bit hotter. But my potatoes are still warm, so I'm not worried about them. And y'all know what I do with leftover potatoes. Y'all have heard me too many times. Pop loves potato patties. And so I always try to make sure I make extra so he can have potato patties. And I think I could make a plate of that for his supper, and he would be happy. He would be happy. We made, I made a pot of northern beans, great northern beans, a few days ago, and I cooked cornbread with it and some pork chops. See, so I thought we were just having beans and cornbread. He would have been happy with that. Okay, so I told y'all you're going to get to see everything. So I am going to throw these dishes in this dishwasher real quick. And somebody asked me one time, did I use my dishwasher every day? It runs with me and him, not every day, but like every other day. And there are times that it runs every day. Now, I don't put my baking pan in the dishwasher. So I wash it by hand, and my knives don't go in the dishwasher. Dishwasher will dull your knives in a heartbeat. So please, please. There's a young lady I like to watch, and she puts all of her chef knives in her wooden utensils. I don't put wooden utensils, like my spurtles. I don't put them in the dishwasher either. And I watch her, and she does, and I'm just wanting to say, no, please don't. But everybody does things their own way, so I will not criticize anyone for how they do it. Y'all, dinner's almost ready. I gotta have another sip. Oh my word. We need a knife. How long have we? I'm gonna look at this phone. We've been on here 41 minutes together. And that's how long we've been, some of it just talking, right? Y'all gotta talk back. I'm running out of things. I made a cream cheese pound cake. We love pound cakes. And you can do so much with a pound cake. And Pop said, have you got any strawberries? And I said, no. So I went to the store a couple of days later after I left therapy, and they had strawberries. Of course, you know, it's wintertime. They're going to be hothouse, but I'm sure they'd still be good. Or you can go around and get them in the freezer section. I've used those, and they're good. I like to, in the summertime, make some lemonade and get those frozen strawberries. I like the frozen ones and just drop them in my lemonade, or kind of, if I've got fresh ones, mash them up with just a tiny bit of sugar and put a good spoonful in my lemonade glass. Isn't that delicious? Let's look at our, check our Brussels sprouts. I need a spoon. Oh yeah, they're coming along beautifully. I want to let them cook just a few more minutes because I want them real good and soft. Because that's how Pop likes them. And that's how he likes it, and that's how I cook it. Alexa, how much time is left?
You have 20 seconds left on your 10-minute timer.
Well, let's go check the chicken because we got 20 seconds left. Alexa, cancel the timer.
10-minute timer canceled.
Oh, that looks, yeah, that smells so good. Let's get our thermometer. You want your chicken no less than 165. Yep, it's all done. I usually like to go over that 165 mark. Yeah, that's all done. Okay. Let's let that sit there a minute. Can you see that? Let me hold this up. Isn't that some pretty chicken? I think Pop's gonna like this. And y'all just have to excuse me because I want to take a picture. So, I'll share it. And I'll put a close-up picture for you on this video. But I want to send it to my son and say, hey, look at what I made. How about that? Both of my sons cook. They like to cook. And their wives can cook. Y'all know Stephanie. She's here with me. And you know she cooks. Carrie can cook. She's a good cook. But my oldest son, Chris, who she's married to, he prefers to cook. He just loves it. And but there's some times that she just says, hey, I want to do it today. And there's certain things. I think probably her favorite thing is chicken and dumplings. Now, when she makes chicken and dumplings, she does chicken and dumplings and maybe a pan of cornbread. And that's it. You won't get anything else with it. And I know I've told y'all that before, but if you want something else to go with it, you're going to have to fix it yourself. Oh, wow, I can't wait to try this. These nuts get toasty. Y'all, that nut. Y'all have got to give me some ideas on some things to do with these nuts. And I want to make some more recipes with them. And as I was talking to one of the owners, Newell, we were discussing the fact of how you store your nuts. And I hope y'all know this, store them in the freezer. And there's oils in those nuts that come out and they will go bad. So I always store them in the freezer. All of my nuts I keep in the freezer. So I need some. They're not going to cling together. I just scoop them out. So when I get done here, I'll take those and throw them in my freezer. And I've got them whenever I need them next time. I just pull out the bag, get what I want, and they go back in the freezer. I'm going to have another bite. I've been wanting to make some sugared pecans. I love those things. So I've got an idea running around in my head that I think I want to try to do. And I know there's recipes all over the internet and YouTube. But have you ever had a muddy buddy? Is that what they call them, muddy buddies? You know, it's like the Czech cereals and all of that. And you mix them up and coat them in chocolate and shake them up with powdered sugar. I might try that. What do y'all think about doing some that way? I think I might do something like that. Toast them up, melt some chocolate. I think they'll be good. Y'all, I've just got a good idea. We might try that. We'll try it together. How about that? I got to quit eating. That little bits come off. So I'm going to get this ready. Papa will be home in a little bit. But I want to make my plate and start eating. But I want to get a piece of this chicken and try it with you before we sign off. Oh my goodness. Get over there. Look at that. Now let's get all this stuff out of my way. I want a little scoop of mashed potatoes. We'll let those, I'm just going to get a little bit because I want to eat with Pop. So I just want enough to taste it. Let's try this chicken. I know it's going to be good. Y'all hear me say that. Here we go. Yeah. That's even better than I thought it was going to be. Those seasoned breadcrumbs and those pecans toasted, cooked and toasted like that. Oh my word. Yeah. I've got to make some of this. There's not a recipe to it. Yeah, saw how easy that was and how quick it was. My goodness. Let me have another drink of my water. I keep thinking I see Miss Patchy come up to the door. Well, I was hoping Pop would get home before we got done, but he's not here yet. Let me check my Brussels sprouts. I'm smelling them. All right. Oh, they're ready. Yep. Turn that off. I hope y'all have enjoyed this crazy video. I sure enjoy doing stuff like this with you. And I hope, I'm gonna set this back on the stove because I want it to stay warm. And because I certainly enjoy doing this stuff with you guys. And we haven't done one of these videos in a while, have we? Where we've just cooked and talked and visited. Sit right back here. My oven vent, ow, y'all, I touched that iron, that's hot. My oven vent's right back here, so what's sitting there, it keeps warm. But we haven't done this in a while, and I certainly enjoy doing it with you. But I enjoy visiting with y'all, and I really do hope you'll think about getting some of these pecans. You will love them, I know you will. And, you know, I hope you'll think about my cookbooks. I'm so excited about this. There's different recipes in each one. Book 1, my very first one, and that was like my dream come true. I'd always wanted to do a book, a cookbook, and just never had the time or took the time to sit down and do it. Well, since I retired, I had the time. And then that one was such a hit, I wanted to do number 2. So I hope y'all think about it. And I've had some ask, I want to buy your book. Can you tell me how much it is and let me send you the money? I don't store them here. I don't stock them. They're ordered through my printer. They take care of all of that for me. So the link is in the description box under the video. See more out beside the title of the video, click more, and it opens that description box up. Well, you can go through my website, KarenJonesFoodAndFamily.com, and the link is there. And just click on the picture of the book and it will take you, well, there's a link to click. This is click. And it'll take you to the printer. Very, very safe site. And if it's early, they'll get it shipped out the same day. If not, it's the next day. So they turn it around real quick. But they do all of that and frees me up to do other things for you. But I hope y'all consider, because I'm so proud of my cookbooks. And I enjoyed writing them. And I'm wanting to get another number 3 done. I hadn't started it yet, but we're gathering things together for that. But anyway, I've kept you long enough, and I just wanted to spend a little time with you today. And I hope you enjoyed this and all my yammering and babbling. But I certainly appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you'll come back and visit us again. Please like, share, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget, hit that notification button so you'll know when we post another video. I'll see you soon, everybody.